Good morning. My name is Marco Rossi. I have appointment with Dr. Miller.
Good morning, Mr. Rossi. I'm Dr. Miller. Please come in and have a seat. What brings you here today?
Doctor, I don't know how to say it well in English. I have pain here, points to throat for 3 days.
You have a sore throat. When you have pain in this area, gestures to throat, we call it a sore throat in English.
Sore throat. Yes, sore throat. What is
Sore means painful or uncomfortable. We use it a lot in medical situations. For example, you can have a sore muscle, sore back, or sore throat.
Thank you for explaining. Yes, I have sore throat. And how do you say when nose is running?
That's called a runny nose. Are you also having trouble breathing through your nose?
Yes, my nose is, how do you say, blocked?
Yes, that's correct. We call that a stuffy nose or congested nose. Congested means blocked or stuffed up. Are you experiencing any other symptoms?
Symptoms? What does this word mean?
Symptoms are signs that you're sick, like your sore throat and runny nose. They're physical problems that tell us you're not feeling well.
I understand. Yes, I have more symptoms. I feel very tired all time. What is English word for this?
We call that fatigue, or simply say you're feeling exhausted. Have you checked your temperature? Do you have a fever?
What is fever?
A fever is when your body temperature is higher than normal when you feel hot. In English, we say running a fever when someone's temperature is high.
Yes, I think I have fever. My body was hot last night.
Let me take your temperature to check. Checks thermometer. Yes, you have a slight fever, 100.4 DEFF or 38 DC. Do you know what slight means?
No, what does slight mean?
Slight means small or minor. So a slight fever means you have a fever, but it's not very high or severe.
I see. Doctor, sometimes I also make this sound. Coughs.
That's called a cough. Is it a dry cough or are you coughing up mucus?
What is difference between dry cough and other one?
A dry cough is when you cough but nothing comes out. We also call it a non-productive cough. When you cough up mucus or phlegm, we call it a wet cough or productive cough.
Mine is dry cough. Also, my body, everything hurts. How do you say this?
We call those body aches or muscle aches. When your whole body feels painful, especially during illness, we say you have body aches.
Yes, body aches. What is wrong with me, doctor?
Based on your symptoms, the sore throat, runny nose, congestion, fever, fatigue, dry cough, and body aches, it appears you have the flu or influenza.
What is difference between flu and cold? My friend said maybe it's just cold.
That's a good question. A cold is usually milder than the flu. Milder means less severe. The flu typically comes on more suddenly and makes you feel worse. Do you know what suddenly means?
No, please explain.
Suddenly means quickly or all at once. For example, did your symptoms start gradually over several days, or did you wake up one morning feeling very sick?
I understand. Yes, it was suddenly. One morning I wake up very sick.
I'm going to prescribe some medication to help with your symptoms. Do you know what prescribe means?
No, what does it mean?
To prescribe means to officially recommend and authorize medicine that you can get from a pharmacy. I'll write a prescription. That's the paper you take to the pharmacy to get your medicine.
What medicine do I need to take?
I'm prescribing an antiviral medication. Antiviral means it fights against viruses. I'm also recommending some over-the-counter medicines.
Over the counter? What does this mean?
Over-the-counter or OTC medicines are medications you can buy directly from a pharmacy without a prescription. You just go to the store and pick them up yourself.
I understand. What should I do at home?
You need plenty of rest and fluids. Fluids means water and other drinks. Are you drinking enough water?
I think no. How much should I drink?
Try to drink at least 8 glasses of water per day. Also, you should gargle with warm salt water for your sore throat.
Gargle? What does gargle mean?
To gargle means to hold liquid in your throat and make a sound with it before spitting it out. Like this demonstrates gargling motion. It helps reduce throat pain.
When will I feel better?
The flu usually lasts about 5 to 7 days, but if your symptoms get worse or don't improve, you should come back for a follow-up appointment.
Follow up? What is this?
A follow-up appointment is when you come back to see me again to check how you're doing and if the treatment is working.
I should stay home from work?
Yes, you you should stay home and rest. We call this taking sick leave. Are you familiar with this term?
No, what is sick leave?
Sick leave is time off from work when you're ill. It's important to avoid spreading the flu to others. You're contagious right now.
Contagious? Please explain this word.
Contagious means you can spread your illness to other people. When something is contagious, other people can catch it from you.
How long I am contagious?
You're usually contagious for about 5 to 7 days after your symptoms start. Do you need a doctor's note for your work?
Doctor's note? What is this?
A doctor's note is an official paper I can write to your employer explaining that you're sick and need to stay home. Would you like one?
Yes, please. I need one more thing. How do you say paper for money back from insurance?
You mean a medical receipt or insurance claim form. This is a document that shows how much you paid so your insurance company can reimburse you.
Yes, insurance claim form, please. What does reimburse mean?
Reimburse means to pay back money that you've spent. Your insurance company will reimburse you for some or all of your medical expenses.
Thank you, doctor. You explain everything very clear.
You're welcome. Remember to rest, take your medicines as prescribed, and drink plenty of fluids. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to call the clinic.
What does hesitate mean?
To hesitate means to wait or pause before doing something because you're uncertain. But in this case, I'm saying you should feel free to call us if you need anything.
Doctor, sorry, before I go, I forgot to ask. Sometimes when I cough, my chest hurts here, points to chest.
That's called chest pain or chest discomfort. Can you describe the pain? Is it sharp or dull?
What is the difference between sharp and dull pain?
Sharp pain feels like a sudden, intense stabbing sensation, while dull pain is more like a constant ache or pressure. Which one do you feel?
I think dull pain. Also, when I breathe deep, it hurts.
That could be related to chest congestion. Chest congestion means there's mucus in your chest. Does your breathing sound noisy?
Yes, like makes wheezing sound. What is this called?
That's called wheezing. It's a whistling sound when you breathe. I should listen to your lungs. Can you take deep breaths for me?
What does listen to your lungs mean?
I'm going to use my stethoscope. This medical instrument shows stethoscope to hear how your lungs sound when you breathe. This helps me check for congestion or infection.
There is another problem. When I sleep, I sweat a lot. What is English word for this?
We call that night sweats. It's common with the flu. Are you also having chills?
Chills? What are chills?
Chills are when you feel very cold and start shaking, even though you might have a fever. Do you sometimes feel hot and then suddenly feel very cold?
Yes, I feel hot, then cold, then hot again. Is this normal?
Yes, it's normal with the flu. We call these fever spikes or temperature fluctuations. Fluctuations means changes up and down.
My eyes also feel hot and like burning. What is word for this?
We would say your eyes are irritated or you have eye irritation. Do they also feel itchy?
What does itchy mean?
Itchy is when you feel like you need to scratch something. Like when a mosquito bites you, that's an itchy feeling.
Yes, my eyes are itchy too. And sometimes they make water.
We call that watery eyes. Along with your other symptoms, this suggests your body is fighting the viral infection. Have you been eating well?
No, I have no... How do you say when you don't want to eat?
That's called loss of appetite, or we might say you have no appetite. It's common when you're sick, but it's important to try to eat something. Are you feeling nauseous?
Nauseous? Please explain.
Nauseous means feeling sick to your stomach, like you might vomit. Vomit means to throw up.
No, not nauseous, just no hungry. Also, food has no... I can't taste good.
You've lost your sense of taste. We call this altered taste or loss of taste. Can you smell things normally?
No, I can't smell good too. What is the medical word for this?
That's called loss of smell or anosmia in medical terms. Anosmia is the medical word for not being able to smell. Both loss of taste and smell are common with respiratory infections.
My throat also feels like something stuck there.
That sensation is called a lump in the throat or throat tightness. Some people describe it as having a frog in their throat. Have you heard this expression before?
No. What does frog in throat mean?
It's an English idiom that means feeling like something is stuck in your throat, making it uncomfortable to swallow. Speaking of swallowing, is it painful to swallow?
Yes, very painful. Sometimes I try not to How do you say when you make spit go down?
The action of making saliva or spit go down is called swallowing. When it's painful to swallow, we call it painful swallowing or difficulty swallowing. The medical term is dysphagia.
Doctor, I also have problems sleeping. What is word for this?
That's called insomnia or sleeplessness. Are you having trouble falling asleep or staying asleep?
What is difference?
Trouble falling asleep means you lie in bed but can't start sleeping. Trouble staying asleep means you wake up many times during the night. Which one is your problem?
Both. And when I sleep, I see many bad dreams.
We call those nightmares. Having fever can sometimes cause vivid dreams or nightmares. Do you know what vivid means?
No, please explain.
Vivid means very clear, detailed, and realistic. When we say dreams are vivid, they feel very real and intense.
Yes, very vivid dreams. Also, my head feels like moving.
Do you mean you feel dizzy, like the room is spinning?
What is difference between dizzy and spinning?
Dizzy is a general feeling of being unsteady or lightheaded. Spinning specifically means feeling like everything around you is rotating. Some people say the room is spinning.
Yes, room is spinning sometimes, especially when I stand up quick.
That's called vertigo in medical terms. Standing up too quickly can make it worse. Try to get up slowly. Do you feel unsteady when walking?
Yes, sometimes I need to hold wall. What is word for this?
We call that unsteady gait or poor balance. When you need to support yourself by holding on to things, we say you're unsteady on your feet.
Doctor, also my skin feels different. When I touch, it hurts.
That's called skin sensitivity or hypersensitive skin. Sometimes during the flu, even light touch can be uncomfortable. Do you also notice any rash?
Rash. What is rash?
A rash is when your skin becomes red, bumpy, or irritated. It might be itchy or change color. Do you see any unusual changes in your skin?
No, just sensitive. Doctor, what about medicine? When should I take them?
Let me explain your medication schedule. The antiviral medicine should be taken twice a day, what we call every 12 hours. Do you understand what twice a day means?
Yes, 2 times a day. Morning and night?
Yes, exactly. And for the fever reducer, you should take it every 6 hours. As needed. Do you know what as needed means?
No, please explain.
As needed means you only take it when you have symptoms, in this case, when you have fever or body aches. Don't take it if you're feeling okay.
What about eating with medicine?
Some medicines should be taken with food, which we call with meals, while others should be taken on an empty stomach. Do you know what empty stomach means?
No, what does it mean?
Empty stomach means you haven't eaten for at least 2 hours before and should wait 1 hour after taking the medicine to eat. For your medicines, take the antiviral with food to avoid stomach upset.
What is stomach upset?
Stomach upset means feeling sick to your stomach, like nausea, stomach pain, or indigestion. Speaking of which, if you experience any side effects from the medicine, call us immediately.
Side effects, please explain.
Side effects are unwanted symptoms caused by medicine. For example, some medicines might make you feel drowsy or give you a headache. These are side effects.
I understand. One last question. How can I prevent giving flu to my family?
Good question. You should take several precautions. Precautions means actions to prevent something bad from happening. Do you know what that means?
Yes, things I do to be safe. What should I do?
First, wear a face mask at home. Also, wash your hands frequently and use hand sanitizer. Try to stay in a separate room if possible, what we call self-isolation.
Thank you, doctor. You explain everything very clear. Can I have these instructions written?
Yes, I'll give you written instructions, what we call discharge instructions. They'll include everything we discussed: medication schedule, warning signs to watch for, and home care instructions.
Thank you very much, Dr. Miller. You were very patient with my English.
You're welcome, Mr. Rossi. Don't worry about your English. It's important that you understand your condition and treatment. Remember, call us if you have any concerns, and I'll see you at your follow-up appointment next week.
Goodbye, doctor. Thank you again.
Take care, Mr. Rossi. I hope you feel better soon. Remember to rest and stay hydrated. Goodbye.